Brought to you by GTA. We start with you.
In collaboration with GMHA, we've identified 46 suspected contacts that have been screened. 7 were identified as having prolonged contact with the physicians. Out of this, 4 have already been tested and are negative. 11 staff members were also identified as contacts but are deemed as low risk.
Acting Chief Public Health Officer Chima Mbakwen broke down these numbers this afternoon during the governor's press conference. As on April 17th, 2 fully vaccinated doctors arrived back on island after traveling to India, a COVID hotspot. Upon arrival, the essential workers had negative PCR tests and were cleared from quarantine. GMH administration confirmed both doctors returned to work helping patients, and that it wasn't until days later that they started experiencing symptoms. Over the weekend, the doctors were placed in isolation and retested, and just yesterday, the second PCR test returned positive. However, Mbakwen says the doctor's case is under control and contact tracing efforts are underway.
It's all in control. It's not so much to be worried about now until we get more information. The interesting thing about these exposures is looking at the time of testing and the period of infectivity, you try to balance it. So even if you identify those individuals and quarantine them, you're not going to test them right away in some situations, So you have to wait for a certain period.
Although one thing public health is working for further testing right away is the specimen. As according to Dr. Hoa Nguyen with the Governor's Physicians Advisory Group, a sample has been sent to the CDC.
I'm sure that it's not any type of variant, but again, they both fully recover and none of them need to be in the hospital or anything like that. It's a very mild symptom.
There have been no positive cases reported that trace back to the physicians, and Dr. Nguyen wants to remind the community the importance of following the 3 W's, whether vaccinated or not.
There's 0 case come out of this incident that anyone turned positive except the 2 physicians. So that should prove to you that if you, do your 3W, even if you have the virus, you really minimize the risk of passing on to anyone.
Case investigations are ongoing. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Adriana Cotero.